Alright, folks, this has gone Spy, the Spy, and we return to you live to resume our check-ins. Alright, so Shining Blue Moon deck, here we go. Alexandra Dragon, a normal monster, so yeah. Phoenix Chain Trap card, a continuous trap. Once activated, targets one monster on the field, loses its abilities, and it cannot attack as long as this card is on the field. Alright. Whitestone, the Ancients. Yeah, so this is a effect tuner monster. Once in the graveyard, at the end of any turn, you can special summon a Blue Eye Sword Dragon that is in the deck and summon it straight to the field. And while it's in the graveyard, you can recover, and you can banish this card from your graveyard during your turn to recover the Blue Eye Sword Dragon to put it back to your hand. And it happens to be a tuner monster, fall version from the Whitestone. And this is the regular Blue Eyes. This is Megamorph. Now, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, your monster's tap points is doubled. If your opponent's life points is lower than yours, the monster that you got is decreased of its attack points. Now, here we go. Next one. Mogany the Awakening Dragons, a new evolved version card. Now, this card activates, discarding a card, grabbing 2 Dragon type monsters with 3,000 or more attack points and 25,000 or less defense points that's in your deck to add it to your hand. Man Magician. Once this card is no more summoned, you can send one card that's level 4 or lower that's in your deck and send to the graveyard. And once it's destroyed by battle, sent to the graveyard, you can draw one card. A good monster at that point. Call the Haunted. It's a continuous trap card. This brings back a monster that's in your graveyard as long as this card is on the field. If that card is destroyed and the monster is still on the field, get rid of that card if Call the Haunted leaves the field. Torrential Tribute. If any monster is summoned to the field, destroying all the monsters on the player's fields. Good card. Another Pendulum card. This is Stargaze Magician. So while the Pendulum monster that you control battles, your opponent cannot be activating any spell cards while this card is in the Pendulum scale during the damage step, unless you have a Magician in your scale or odd eyes in your Pendulum zone. This Pendulum scale will become 4 on that point. Once per turn, when exactly one other Pendulum monster you control is and no other cards is returned to your hand by the monster's card effect, except for the damage step, you can special summon one monster from your hand with the same name and that the rename to the name hand. Alright, Kaiser Seahorse. This card is treated as a 2 tribute for a light monster. Good handy card. Tornado Behemoth. Once this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, and then special summon at the graveyard and half its attack points and defense points to 1,000. Each player can only use this effect once per duel. Shadow Spell, a continuous trap, targets one face-down monster your opponent controls and it loses 700 attack points and it cannot attack or change its spell position, and once it leaves the field, destroys this card. Enemy Controller, Quick Play Magic, target one face-down monster your opponent controls and change its battle position. Tribute one monster you got and to take control of your opponent's monster until the end phase of the turn. Mirage Dragon. This card, as long as it's on the field during the battle phase, the opponent cannot activate trap cards during the battle phase as long as this card is on the field. Alexandra Dragon. a White Stone of Legend, a tuner, and once this card goes into the graveyard, you can add a Blue Eyes White Dragon that's in your deck to your hand. And news card. This is Silent Magician. Now, it cannot be a normal as said. It has to be special summoned from your by triggering up one spellcaster type monster. It cannot be summoned in special summon either ways. This card gains 500 attack points for each card in your hand. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when a spell card is activated, you can negate that activation. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if it's controller's owner destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can special summon this other Silent Magician, a monster that's in your hand deck. And that's pretty much a good card. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. I don't have another Silent Magician. And like I said before, I'm going to be, sometime I'm going to be heading back to Target to get some cards to be in with the Shining Blue Moon deck. This Master of Eyes, once this... Alright, once it's normal summon, you can target level 1 higher, level 1 light tuner monster in your graveyard to be added up to your hand. You can also shuffle this card from your graveyard into your deck, and then target one effect monster you control to send to the graveyard. If you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard other than the send monster. Handy card, a good one. Star Blast. Pay any number of light points times 500 of the reducer level of one monster you control or that is in your hand by 1 for each 500 light points you paid until the end phase of the turn. So that's going to make summoning a level higher monster easier. Main Visor Blue. When an opponent targets this card for a battle, this card changes its battle position to negate the attack to special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from either hand, deck, or graveyard. And was targeted by effect of a card, you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from hand, deck, or graveyard. Can only be used for once per turn, however. Polymerization. Should know what that does. Mausoleum of White, field spell. During your main phase, you can additional normal summon a level 1 light tuner monster and additional normal summon. You can only gain this effect only once per turn, and only once per turn you can target one face-up monster you control and send one normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, that target monster gains attack points, defense points times 100 for each level it has, and until the end phase of the turn. And when this card leaves the field, you can banish this card to add the Burst Stream of Destruction from your deck to your hand. A good field spell and a worthy card. Another Blue Eyes White Dragon. Dragon Spirit of White. This card is always treated as a Blue Eyes White Dragon card, always. Alright, so when this card is normal or special summon, you can target one opponent's spell or trap card, field to banish it, and during the other player's turn, if your opponent controls a monster, you contribute this card to special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. A good card. Another Ancient White Stones. Wonder Wand is an equip spell, so if you equip only to a spellcaster type monster, it gains 500 attack points, and you can activate it to send it and the spellcaster type monster to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. No Blue Eyes. Paladin of White Dragon, a ritual monster. Can only be ritual summoned by using that. White Dragon ritual card. And when this card is on the field, you contribute supposed to summon 1 blue ice white dragon. Agent rule, supposed to summon level 5 higher above norm monster. Forest Recreation, a continuous trap card. Every time you discard a card, your opponent must also discard a card. A good card too. Mass Dragon, if it's destroyed by battle, it's sent to the graveyards. You can be able to summon a dragon type monster that's 15,000 or less attack points that's in your deck. Photon Lead, equip play spell. When activated, you can special summon a level 4 low light monster that's in your hand. Dragon's Rage, a continuous trap. As long as this card remains on the field, all dragon type monsters you currently control will gain piercing damage, reflecting onto the opponent's life points, even if they have a monster. Another Burst Stream of Destruction. Shard of Greed, a continuous spell. And each time you drew a card, it gains 1 greed counter. And once this greed counter is filled up to 2, you can send it to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. It has to be in your draw phase, however. Another Burst Stream of Destruction. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. So when this can only be ritual summoned by using Chaos form, it cannot be special summoned either way. It cannot be targeted or be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And if this card attacks a monster that's in defense mode, inflicting piercing damage to your opponent. Awesome card. Dragon Shrine, by sending 1 dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard. If it's a normal monster, you can send another one to the graveyard. Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, my pride and joy. Can only be special summoned by triggering 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon on the field. Cannot be special summoned either anyway. And the card gains 300 attack points for every dragon type monster that's in your graveyard. And if any card of the opponent targets it with spell or trap or monster effect, negates it and destroys it. Now for a change of hearts. It's a spell card, so target 1 opponent's monster they control. You can take control of it until the end of the turn. Victoria, so once per turn, you can target 1 dragon type monster in your opponent's graveyard and special summon it to your side of the field. Your opponent cannot target any face-up fairy monster for an attack. White Dragon Ritual can only ritual summon with Paladin of White Dragon. Zelva's Cry can special summon a normal dragon monster that's in your graveyard and special summon it. Obelisk the Tormentor can only tribute for 3 monsters, an Egyptian god. And when it's on the field, by trimming out 2 monsters on your field, destroys every single opponent's monsters. Cannot be affected by trap cards or spells or effects. Stargazer Magician. Honest. Now, during the battle phase, when the light monster you control battles against the opponent's monster, you can discard this card for having honest to have your light monster gain attack points. The opposing monster attacks or being attacked by it, and attacks and strikes back, gain attack points equal to the opposing monster. Card a save return, a continuous spell. Every time, as long as it's on the field, every time a monster is special summoned that's from your graveyard, you can draw a card. Alright folks, I'm going to be right back. So this has Hexagonalspy. The Spy will be right back after these messages.